Welcome to the Dr. Wyatt Show, where developing a long-lasting, happy relationship is the status symbol to achieve, and following my tools is one path to help get you there. I'm your host, Dr. Wyatt Fisher, a licensed psychologist specializing in couples counseling. Be sure to call me on the show Wednesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time with your marriage and relationship questions. You can reach me at 303-578-0618. And be sure to follow me on social at Dr. Wyatt Fisher.
Have you ever thought about becoming a relationship coach? A relationship coach helps couples resolve their resentments and fall back in love. Becoming a relationship coach is a way for you to make a difference, for you to help lower the divorce rate one marriage at a time. If that sounds interesting to you, consider attending my free Masterclass February 1st. In this Masterclass, I'm going to go through the pay scale of relationship coaches, the industry predictions for relationship coaches, 4 steps to know if you'd become a successful relationship coach, and much, much more. So if you're interested in considering becoming a relationship coach in 2024, sign up for this free masterclass. Again, it's next Thursday, February 1st. You can click the link in the show notes to sign up, or you can go to my website and wait for about 30 seconds and you'll see the pop-up. And then you can sign up that way as well. Hope to see you in the free masterclass.
So today I'm going to talk about 5 warning signs of an emotional affair. Affairs are on the rise, and one of the main reasons is because people have more access to potential partners than ever before. If you think about 50 years ago or 100 years ago or beyond, the only people you knew were people in your small little community. But now with the onset of dating apps, dating websites, there's lots and lots of people out there that could become potential partners. And because of that, a lot of people make the mistake when they're unhappy in their marriage that they start to browse. They start to see what's out there. That's the worst thing you can ever do. Don't get on dating apps. Do not get on dating websites if you're married, because of course you're going to find people you're attracted to, and that's just going to make matters worse. So today we're going to talk about 5 warning signs of an emotional affair so that this does not happen to you. Number 5, you're starting to feel like this new person understands you better than your partner. So why would that happen? Usually that happens because you're not very close to your partner. You're not very connected to your partner. Your love buckets are low. Usually the recipe for an affair is one of your top needs are not being met in your marriage. That might be your need for emotional intimacy or physical intimacy. However, remember, even if your needs are not being met in your marriage, it's always a choice to cheat. No one forces you to cheat. No one makes you cheat. Therefore, you can never blame your partner for cheating. It's a choice at the end of the day. Having said that, the more your needs are deprived in your marriage, the more tempted you may feel to cheat, but it's always a choice. That's why, so number 5 here, you're starting to feel like they understand you better than your partner understands you. That means you're starting to spend some time with them, maybe at work or maybe at the gym, or maybe they're a neighbor, and you're just starting to hang out. You're starting to converse with them, and your guard is down because you feel a connection. You feel some attraction. You feel like we're getting along really well, and you start sharing some things from your life. And before you know it, you start thinking to yourself, they understand me better than my partner. That's a warning sign of an emotional affair beginning. The moment you start feeling like someone understands you better than your partner, that's a red flag. Number 4, you're starting to share things with them you don't share with your spouse. This is a common trap for an emotional affair. You start letting down your walls because you're feeling this connection with somebody, and now you're starting to share your problems. You're starting to share your struggles. You're starting to share your concerns. You're opening up to them more than you're opening up to your partner. And that creates a soul tie. Now all of a sudden you feel like not only do they understand me better, they get me. They know me. They understand me on a deep level. And when that starts happening, you start developing feelings for them. And that's why one of the boundaries that's recommended for affair proofing your relationship is never share your personal struggles with someone you're attracted to. Because if you start doing that, you let down your guard, you let them in, and all of a sudden you can start having feelings toward them. So this is what happens. You start sharing information about your life, things that are hard for you, things you're wrestling with, things you're going through. And when you share that, feelings start to follow. And what often happens is that then they share struggles. They share what they're going through in their marriage. They share the struggles they're experiencing with their kids, with their work. And all of a sudden, you're commiserating. You're understanding each other. You're listening to each other. You're getting each other. And that creates that connection that often leads to an emotional affair. Number 3, you're starting to lie about your time together. So as you're making this connection with this person, you're letting down your walls, you're letting them in, you're sharing vulnerable information with them. The next thing that tends to happen is, I don't want my partner to know about this connection. It's not sexual, it's not physical, it's no big deal, but I'm starting to cover it up. So maybe those texts between me and that person, I'm starting to delete those texts because I would hate for my wife or my husband to see those texts. Or maybe I'm saying I have to stay after work late, but instead I'm getting some drinks with this person because we're just catching up, haven't talked to her or him in a while. We're just going to share, we're just going to have a meal, but I know my partner would get threatened, so I'm just not going to tell them about it. You start being dishonest. You start lying. You start covering up your time together and your connection because you don't want your spouse to know the full truth of what's going on. Number 2, you're getting distracted during the day with thoughts about them. This is what happens when we start falling in love with someone. We can't get them out of our mind. It's intrusive thoughts. We'll be doing random things throughout the day, and all of a sudden we're thinking about them. We're wondering where they are. We're wondering what they're up to. We're wondering about when the next time is we're going to have some communication with them. This is what happens when you start falling in love with someone. You start having intrusive thoughts about them throughout the day. So that's a warning sign of an emotional affair. Are you starting to have that warning sign? Are you connecting with someone? Are you letting down your walls? Are you sharing vulnerable information with them? Are you starting to lie about your time with them? And are you starting to think about them throughout the day involuntarily? You're not trying to think about them. They're just entering into your mind. That happens because that's the first stage of falling in love with someone. You get infatuated with them. You can't get them off your brain. And that happens when you're starting to have an emotional affair with someone. Number 1, you're starting to think of this person when you self-pleasure. So this is a tall tale sign that you're developing an emotional affair with someone, because when you're self-pleasuring, if you self-pleasure, the people who come into your mind are usually those who you're drawn to, those who you're most attracted to. Ideally, if you self-pleasure, you redirect whatever thoughts come into your mind toward your partner. So you're practicing mental fidelity. But if you're developing an emotional affair with someone, you can often tell because that's the person who fills your mind when you're self-pleasuring, because you're starting to have romantic feelings for them. Even if you haven't said it out loud yet, it will come out when you're self-pleasuring. You'll start thinking about this person when you're self-pleasuring. You'll start imagining making love to that person while you're self-pleasuring. They start to fill your thoughts in a sexual way, even when you haven't been sexual with them yet. And that's a massive sign that you are developing an emotional affair with someone. So those are 5 warning signs of an emotional affair. Number 5, you're starting to feel like they understand you better than your partner. Number 4, you're starting to share things with them that you don't share with your partner. Number 3, you're starting to lie about your time together. Number 2, you're getting distracted during the day because of intrusive thoughts about them. And number 1, you're starting to think about them while you self-pleasure. Thank you for listening to the Dr. Wyatt Show. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to share it with one other person. And remember, your marriage is alive. If you care for it and nurture it, it will grow. If you deprive it and neglect it, it will wilt and die. The choice is up to you. Take care.